Hello everyone, welcome back to Retro Trailer Reactions, the Michael Douglas edition, because don't
Yes.
we just love Michael Douglas at the minute, given Morgan Hasn't Seen's current series. Do go out and check the podcast feed, of course, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts for Morgan Hasn't Seen every Wednesday, as well as all the other stuff, of course, and subscribe and ding your notification bell here on the It's a Wonderful Podcast YouTube channel. For all the fun stuff we do here. Check out the description for all the links to social medias and Patreon and all that fun stuff. But we're back with another Michael Douglas retro trailer reaction today for the second movie in our series on Morgan Hasn't Seen, 1994's Disclosure. What are we thinking is going to take place in this trailer, Jeannine?
I mean, I think it's definitely going to focus on the kind of switch up in the female dominated aspect of what happens in this film. There's a lot of kind of 90s era tech stuff that kind of takes over the film at a certain point, but I don't think they're really going to put any emphasis on that. It's going to be all about the dynamic and the kind of war between Demi Moore's character and Michael Douglas's character. I think that's what's going to be the focus of this trailer.
I would hope so, because that is really the selling point of the movie, and it's definitely the best part of the movie. However, if they are trying to play to a certain audience, it will be a 2-minute VR session, which it could be, because you actually get that in the movie, as rudimentary as the VR in 1994's Disclosure really is. Most entertainingly, but there we go. Let's get straight into it.
Yes, let's do it.
Interested in this trailer for Disclosure.
What's Daddy wearing around his neck?
This is a tie.
Daddy's getting a promotion.
Today.
Why is it so sitcom wholesome?
I know.
I didn't get it.
The new vice president.
Oh, now it's not.
Johnson.
Look.
We don't know anything.
Tonal shift.
I do. I had a thing with her. But now, his
Like,
entire
let's
future.
be nice.
No, it's a dark.
Grin and bear it like I usually do, and hope it doesn't get any worse. Is about to fall into the hands. I have a family now.
That's exactly why I can trust you. You have a lot more to lose than I do.
Of a woman from his past. Wait a second, Meredith. Wait a second.
Nobody has to know.
Nice.
Nobody gets hurt. You can't just stop.
I'm not gonna do this.
Okay.
You can't stop.
Selling point.
She said
Yeah.
you sexually harassed her.
Weasel.
She harassed me.
Get back here and you finish what you started or you're dead. Do you hear me? You are dead!
We just have to hope he's smart enough to see he doesn't have any options.
I want to know whether I can sue her for sexual harassment.
It's a very dangerous game.
Okay, they're like hiding what actually happened in this trailer.
Doesn't have the guts.
Oh, don't tell me you're scared of me.
You're setting me up.
We pushed him too hard. He has nothing to lose.
Well, he hasn't told his wife
We
yet.
have this pounding synthy.
Yeah, I mean, it plays into the techie vibe.
Sure.
This is a bomb we're sitting on that can blow everything.
A little bit of tech.
A little bit.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there we go, our VR.
Poor Sanders. You have no idea what you're up against.
Yeah, we got some more.
We'll see.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that they didn't definitively show us what happened or make it clear that she was the aggressor in the situation
Yeah.
in the trailer.
It's got a good balance, as well,
Yeah.
of what's going on in the movie, with it being a tech, corporate story, as well as the sexual harassment battle that is the movie. A good balance. You actually do get to see some of the VR tech in action.
Deleting files and things like that.
Which sure is a selling point. Absolutely.
I mean, in 1994, yeah.
Of course it is. It's kind of fascinating. At that point, I suppose, Almost less fascinating now, I think.
Well, I mean, yeah, because I think
VR.
maybe but generally, I think maybe even at this time, VR and even email and techie stuff
Yeah.
was more in the business world. People at home weren't, working on computers or sending a lot of emails or having a whole VR station. So all of these
Yeah.
things were very much mostly in business and not regularly used in the home. So going to the theater to see people using these things probably had a bit of a different impact. So I like that they at least kind of peppered some of that in there because it ends up kind of being a big point of the movie at a certain part. So
It does, and I mean, they don't actually show in that trailer there being such a power imbalance that there is, I think,
yeah.
in the movie. I think Michael Douglas in that trailer comes off as very much equal to
Yes,
Demi
they look like
Moore,
they're on an even playing field, and it's like,
which is just not the
uh
case in the
yes,
movie.
it's very much the two of them like, battling it out on the same playing field, but um they don't show too much of the power dynamic
Yeah.
between, her being the boss and him being below her.
Like, where is the stress of Michael Douglas that we love so much? It's not
Yes.
present in that trailer, and it's
Yes, when
so present
everyone's
in the movie.
against him. Yeah. Yeah.
It's it's interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, I like how
Interesting.
they
Good
let
get
that play out. Yeah. I really like that they didn't show fully or definitively what happens between the two of them in that
Yeah,
trailer.
it's an intriguing trailer.
Yeah.
It gives you what you want to see. It gives you a certain little snippet of very, very key scenes, a little bit of the steaminess that does come
Mhm.
in the early part of the movie, and gets you selling points of your names as well. Gets Donald
Yeah.
Sutherland in there a few times. Gets you, Barry Levinson directed, Michael
Yeah,
Crichton
Crichton.
written.
Yeah.
Um, People are interested in that, obviously, and
Jurassic Park, they
again,
put that in there. Yeah.
oh, they have to, don't they? Because
Yeah.
it's the year before.
Yeah.
Um, but the weird kind of synthy horror again type score seems to come from like 10 years before the
Yeah.
movie. It feels like an early 80s kind of bit of music rather than
Yeah, it's a bit
a
synthy, a little bit almost like Exorcist kind of piano, you
yeah.
know,
That's what it felt like.
sequences. Yeah,
It felt like a synth version of the Exorcist theme,
yeah,
and I was unsure as to why it went that way, to be honest with you, because I
yeah,
don't think the movie's quite like that. I'm
no,
never, you know, go and listen to the episode if it's even out yet. I've forgotten when we're putting
yeah,
this out, but it will be out this week. It is this week's episode of Morgan
yeah,
Hasn't Seen. So do, like I said, subscribe to the podcast feed and keep an eye out for all that on all our things, of course.
yes.
But you will see that it's, Disclosure's not a fast-paced, thrilling kind of movie.
No, and it's
It's
not
a
super dark. I mean, it's intense,
no.
but it's not as dark as something maybe like Fatal Attraction was. That felt a little
Yeah.
darker than this. So for the trailer to kind of play this music that's giving us vibes of a horror film or, interesting.
Yeah. The trailer definitely came off as more, I think, thrilling
Yeah,
than the movie ever wants to be, because it's not a thriller, really, the
no,
movie, is it? It's a drama, sure. It's a psychological drama,
yeah.
sure, but
A
it's
little bit
not
of
necessarily.
sensual drama in there as well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
uh,
yeah. Interesting trailer.
Interesting trailer, interesting ideas. Gets your selling points there. But again, I'm thinking, similar to Fatal Attraction, is it selling entirely what the movie is? Maybe not.
Maybe not. Yeah. Because there is a huge shift in the movie. You kind of resolve the main thing you think the movie's about, and then you still have maybe like 30 more minutes, and you're like, wait, what? So,
Yeah,
so yeah, they definitely focus on what I think you go into the movie thinking is the main thing. So,
they do. Interesting. There we
yeah.
go. Exciting. Another retro trailer reaction in the
Yes.
books. Very nice. We shall be back
Yes.
very soon, of course, with another one in this little stint that we are doing check out the Michael Douglas series on Morgan Hasn't Seen. Check out It's a Wonderful Podcast, the main show, Monday Madness, and all the other craziness we do here on the It's a Wonderful Podcast world. Subscribe, ding the notification bell on the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the main podcast feed, wherever you get your podcasts. As I said before, check down below for the social media and the Patreon and all that fun stuff. Jeannine, there is only one thing left to do before we welcome everybody back for another one.
Yes. 3, 2, 1.
Bye.